New bombshell findings from the Inspector General's office revealing the National Institute of Health failed to keep tabs on taxpayer-funded virus research projects, including those at the Wuhan lab. The Inspector General's office saying, quote, based on the findings, we conclude that NIH missed opportunities to more effectively monitor research. With improved oversight, NIH may have been able to take more timely corrective actions to mitigate the inherent risks associated with that type of research. Iowa Congressman Mariannette Miller-Meeks joins me now. Congressman, thanks so much for being here. Why? I'm trying to get at the why. What else better does the NIH and the bureaucrats there have to do than uncover every single stone to make sure they are protecting the health of every single American? This makes no sense.
Precisely, and that's exactly what the Select Subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic is going to do. So I'm pleased that we're having this Select Subcommittee. Our focus is going to be very different to look at the origins of COVID-19. And there's valid reasons to do that. This is not a partisan endeavor, but there are valid reasons, as you mentioned, biosafety, security, where NIH funding goes, whether it's grants or it's sub-grants. How do we prevent the next pandemic and have timely disclosure so that we can, nations can prepare? So there are valid reasons to do this, and I'm delighted that we're going to be getting this underway under the leadership of Dr. Brad Wenstrup.
Yeah, your colleagues in the Senate proposing a new bill as well to install a watchdog within the NIH. Senator Marsha Blackburn saying, quote, as the nation's leading medical research agency, the NIH oversees thousands of researchers and institutes. However, they have been far from transparent. The American people deserve to know that their tax dollars are being spent responsibly and to advance scientific research. Yeah, so if you're funding research with these taxpayer dollars, how do you not make sure that that money is not going to create a deadly pathogen? That makes no sense as well.
Yeah, exactly. We can't prove that the money that went to EcoHealth, so there was $8 million over a period from 2014 to 2021. We can't prove that that led to, or at this time can't prove it led to SARS-CoV-2. But nonetheless, there was oversight that was lacking. There was not oversight of EcoHealth, and then where they granted money to. EcoHealth didn't do any oversight for the Wuhan Institute of Virology, an on-site visit, especially when you know that there are lab safety violations. So we know that at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, they were doing biosafety lab 4 research at a biosafety lab 2 area. So there needs to be research into that. There needs to be oversight, and we're certainly going to hold these agencies accountable.
Broader question, Congressman, why are we still funding our main adversary in this world, China?
Well, that brings up a very larger question. We've already passed a bill to prevent research to prevent oil from being released from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to be sold to China. And I think this is another area that we can look at. But the international community has, a vested interest in finding out where the origins of COVID-19 came from for exactly that reason. Is there gain of function or unethical research being conducted? And what's the international community's response? Are there lab breaks? Is the appropriate kind of research being done at the appropriate biosafety lab? So you're not having a biosafety lab for research conducted in an inappropriate facility, which can lead to a leak and a virus and another pandemic. So these things are very important that the international community has an understanding on. And then disclosure. There needs to be immediate disclosure. And as we know, probably in the fall of 2019, they knew that they had a virus that had leaked, but yet that was not disclosed, and they denied human-to-human transmission.
Transparency, disclosure. We got to figure out what went wrong so that we don't make the same mistakes again the next time a pandemic hits. Congressman Mariannette Miller-Meeks.
And not fund it.
Exactly. Appreciate your time as always. Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.